What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and we're hearing that the Democrats plan to pass stimulus provisions right before the midterm elections. Well, it's working, and we're hearing that more is going to be on the way. Just yesterday, we heard him talk about free college tuition, free childcare. We heard this vocalized by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who said they're not going to rest until they get these done. Pramila Jayapal said more is on the way, and it might even have to go into a 2023 reconciliation bill. And we also heard from Bernie Sanders, who said child tax credits, Social Security increases. Keep an eye out for more stimulus coming here very soon, you guys. Let's dive into the latest. This is your breaking news stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, also, we're hearing that they are targeting specific groups. And as you know, we heard from Senator Joe Manchin, and of course, everybody knows that everything that unfolds right now is due to the midterm elections. It's during election time when politicians start getting busy because they want to get those votes. And it's coming out. I've got some video footage for you from Senator Elizabeth Warren. They're outright openly saying that the group that's going to be the most benefited from the passage of the student loan debt forgiveness is black women. Wait till you see the video footage, you guys. Now, if you're a black woman here that is watching the channel, let me know down in the comments down below. Them passing this, is it going to benefit you, and would it convince you to vote for Democrats? We're hearing that 90% of black women across the United States voted for Joe Biden over Donald Trump, and they're saying that they are targeting this group, trying to give them confirmation to continue to vote for him and Democrats in these elections. Now, let me know your thoughts, you guys. We're going to be seeing the video footage. You're going to hear it for yourself. They're saying that black women hold the most student loan debt in America, and this is going to be benefiting them the most. Now, also, we're going to be hearing from Elizabeth Warren, who's saying she's feeling very confident that Democrats are going to win in the Senate and even take more seats. She's saying their plan, it's working. And we actually heard this vocalized from Republicans as well. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said, I know the Democrats' plan, and I think it's going to work. Stimulus is winning, and it's going to work, you guys. Now, we will see. Let me know your thoughts. But if this is a question as to why they did student loan debt as opposed to just doing stimulus checks to everybody in the nation, as I mentioned to you yesterday, the student loan debt forgiveness is roughly going to cost about $300 billion of taxpayer funds. They're saying you could have sent out $1,200 stimulus checks for the same price to everybody in the nation. They're saying it's because they're wanting to target specific things, and also it was a campaign promise, you guys. But a lot of people are asking, where's the debt relief for everybody else? Well, you guys, if you want all the details on what unfolded yesterday, check out my video I shared with you when it came out last night, Stimulus Executive Orders for Wiping Out Student Loan Debt. Now, we're going to be seeing, like I said, what else unfolds here, what's going to be coming out. But you guys, let's take a look at the video footage. We're going to get some insight from Senator Elizabeth Warren on what's unfolding right now. Now, before we do me a quick favor. Just takes a second. If you appreciate the updates, smash the like button. Helps out the channel a ton. Leave your comments. Share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? I'll let you know everything going on. All you got to do is very quickly hit the subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. Consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. And you guys, the relief roadmap. I was up again till midnight last night, transferring over every single stimulus program that I have, the websites, the eligibility, the applications, the contact information, so you can call them, you know how to get a hold of them. I'm doing it for well over 100 different programs, hoping to have it done today, have the website ready, then I can test everything, make sure it's all good for you. Want to make sure that you have access, and I got word of new ones popping up as well. I'll do a video for you later today on them, but there's new ones where you need to apply. It's in, one of them's in New Jersey, just popping up. I'll let you know about it, you guys. Hoping to have that for you soon, because a lot of people think there's just these federal benefits, and that is not the case by any means. I'm literally transferring over 100 different stimulus check programs right now for states, cities, counties, and it's because there's tons of excess funds, literally billions, in some cases hundreds of billions of dollars of extra money, and states, cities, and counties, they're passing their own packages, their own checks. But in many cases, you got to apply, and if you do not, it's only available for a limited amount of time, and you totally miss out. And we're hearing this is happening to people all the time, and I do not want that to happen to anybody here on my channel. I'm here for you, Ram fam, so going to be releasing the relief roadmap here very soon. If you haven't already, add your email at www.reliefroadmap.com. Keep an eye out for that. But with that being said, you guys, let's take a look at this video footage. And again, let me know your thoughts. Let's start off with Elizabeth Warren saying she's confident they're going to win. And then we're going to hear her talk about the student loan debt forgiveness and them helping out all of these different groups to garner these votes that she's confident they're going to win. Let's go ahead and take a look.
I mean, how are you feeling about the chances of the Democrats holding on to the Senate? Is this the thing?
I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And I'll tell you why I'm liking it. I'm liking it because Democrats have not only talked about what we want to do and who we want to fight for, we've actually gotten out and done it with the skinniest possible majority. It's not possible to have a skinnier majority than we had. It doesn't get skinnier than that. We have delivered. We're going to have a 40% reduction in carbon emissions paid for by a 15% minimum tax on these billion-dollar plus profitable corporations that right now are paying little or nothing in taxes. Think about that. We're actually putting a cap on insulin for Medicare patients, and Republicans come in and strip it out for everybody else. We're going to talk about hearing aids, that people are going to be able to buy hearing aids over the counter. Prices are going to come down. And we're going to talk about the 43 million Americans who got helped on student loan debt. We are doing it, and we're doing it with the skinniest majority. And you give us two more senators, two Democratic senators who are willing to get rid of the filibuster. And yes, Mandela Barnes, I'm looking at you in Wisconsin. John Fetterman, I'm looking at you in Pennsylvania. And I got to say, Tim Ryan in Ohio, I'm kind of glancing your way from time to time. You're looking good out there. We get these folks into the United States Senate. We get rid of the filibuster, and then we do the real things we need to do. We make Roe versus Wade the law of the land. We protect voting. Every American citizen has a right to vote and to get that vote counted. We can do universal child care.
Yes.
We can do real gun safety. We can do the things we need to do as a nation so that this government works, not just for a handful at the top, but so that it works for everyone. That's why we're here.
There you have it, you guys, and you heard her say she's liking their chances of holding on to the Senate, and we've heard that there was going to be a red wave for the longest time because the approval rating of President Joe Biden and the Democrats was just plummeting, but now we're hearing that their plan is to hold off, pass things right before elections, and they're going to erect a blue wall, and we're hearing that it's looking like it's going to work, you guys. Now, we will see. Let me know your thoughts. Now, let's take a look at what's going on with the student loan debt forgiveness that was just passed by the president yesterday via executive order. Let's take a look at what Elizabeth Warren has to say.
I want to ask you what your response is to folks who say, the heads of the NAACP, for example, that this is a meager plan. What rejoinder can you offer to people who say, listen, if you were going to go and do it, it's politically risky. Why didn't you just go all the way?
So look, Derek Johnson, who is the head of the NAACP, fights from the heart. And I give real props for that and real respect. The plan he was talking about was the initial $10,000 and nothing more for nobody. That's not what actually came through. In fact, the majority of people who will get student loan debt will get $20,000 of debt forgiveness. It will be a smaller portion that get $10,000. And of those who get $20,000 of debt forgiveness, these are people who were Pell Grant eligible when they were in college, and that means disproportionately these are African Americans, they are veterans, they are parents, mamas who are trying to go back to work, and they are first-generation students. In other words, we've done what Democrats try to do, and that is pushed more of the resources to those for whom coming to college was a whole lot harder, and those who have a whole lot harder time paying off that debt. So I think we're in a much better place right now with the plan that the president has actually announced. Now, look, I'm going to keep fighting for more because I think there's more good that we can do. But we need to take a deep breath and acknowledge just how historic this moment is and how the President of the United States has reached out to individuals, to middle-class families, to working families, and said, I'm going to put government on your side.
You bring up communities of color, and I think we need to focus specifically on Black women because they are the sort of most vulnerable,
Yep.
as it were, in terms of the hell of debt, as you call it. Black women, on average, they borrow more than any other racial group. They have to, $41,466. And then if you look at who voted for Joe Biden in the 2020 election, Black women went for Joe Biden 90%. To Donald Trump's 9%. And this is a key part of the president's base. They, in many ways, the Black community, starting with the South Carolina primary, helped get him into the White House. When you were talking to the White House about the contours of this legislation, were they thinking about communities of color, and were they specifically talking about Black women who, again, $41,000 of debt, we're talking about $20,000 in relief. That's half the burden, but it's certainly not all the burden.
I certainly carried that message, and I also want to give a big shout out to Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, who's been one of our most passionate partners in making sure that the president, the administration, that all of us stay centered on acknowledging who is carrying this debt burden and that we focus on how to bring that burden down. Look, like I said, I would like bigger numbers. I would like to be able to do more. I am very happy, though, that the president has come this far, and it's going to make a huge difference in the lives of Black women. It is going to make a huge difference in the lives of those who've had the hardest time getting to college and the hardest time paying off their debt after college. In fact, by the design of this plan, one of the groups we know is going to be most helped are those who were in default before we hit the pandemic and the pause under the pandemic. And I just have to say about this, we are moving things in the right direction, and it's taken a lot of passion. It's taken a lot of energy. Ayanna's been on the front lines. The NAACP has been on the front lines with Derek Johnson. We have so many partners who've helped make this happen. So many people who started their own independent, not-for-profit advocacy groups to make sure that the student loan debt burden is better understood across America and that we make real changes. And that is what today marks. First step in big structural change. I love it.
We were waiting for that.
So there you have it, you guys. Now let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. That was Senator Elizabeth Warren discussing everything that's unfolding. And we heard that after the passage of the reconciliation bill, there was going to be a dominoes effect of executive actions coming out. We've heard this promised by progressives for quite some time. They said whatever they could get Joe Manchin on board with to pass through reconciliation, then all the provisions that had been stripped out that they wanted to include, they were going to be pressuring the president to get it done through executive actions, and it would come right before midterm elections, and the first of which would be wiping out $10,000 of student loan debt and extending the debt forgiveness moratorium. Now, also, we've heard calls for free college tuition, free childcare, child tax credits coming back. We've heard this on both sides of the aisles. Mitt Romney and Republicans making their own proposals for child tax credits, monthly advance payments coming back. Also, we've heard Social Security increases put on the table by Bernie Sanders. We're going to be seeing which of these provisions come back, what executive actions are going to be taken, and we'll see if these promises go past midterm elections, maybe some promises of what could happen if they stay in power or if power switches. We will see, you guys. I will keep you up to date every step of the way. But that is the latest, and as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget to take a quick second, smash that like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. All you got to do is very quickly hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. Consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance plans. And again, if you have not already, there are now almost 10,000 people on the wait list to get access to the comprehensive list of every single stimulus check available across the nation on every level, states, cities, counties. All you got to do, if you haven't already, is go to www.reliefroadmap.com, put in your email, working away so that way you don't miss out on anything. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.